everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Juggernaut. Arkatech Beatz. Multi-platinum producer. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We're doing music reviews tonight. Make sure you're submitting your music to the link on the screen. If it's your first time here, make sure you like, commenting, and subscribing. Button, let's go. All that stuff helps the algorithm. About to get started in just a few minutes. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Currently have 551 submissions total. There's a beat that we cooked up last night. We did an easy music production tutorial. Make sure y'all check that out on YouTube. Shout out to all my folks that's jumping into the live stream. Shout out to all my folks that have submitted music. You know, we're going to jump right into this. Like I said, you know, we have a limited period of time that we're online. You know, we're trying to do the best that we can in terms of our work. And, you know, we're just doing what we do. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that jumped into the live stream. And this joint right here is called Rolling Stone. I don't know who it's by. Maurice Jr. All right, let's see what it sounds like, brother. What we got going on?
They ain't got nothing on me.
AI.
I roll out like a rolling stone. Move. They ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold off on a lot of these AI joints. You know, no shade. I just think that they kind of, you know, that's like already like released. You know what I mean? So this joint is called "Take My Time" by Kid Lamar. We're gonna jump into that real quick. Let's go. Let's hear this how it sounds real quick.
Everyone know who the baddest is. Baby girl, you already know what it is. Who the coldest is. Look around the room, whose coat is this? I've been out of state, talk about my mind inside a place. Been out of this world like outer space. I'm medium rare like a ribeye steak, girl. I ain't even mad at you. Wanna take you down my favorite avenue. Tryna fix your picky little attitude. Oh girl, I'm not tryna flatter you. Look, I've been cold like snow. Dance to the rhythm and feeling this flow. Feeding out the vibes you been eating before. Take you back home cause I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time with you. Do you wanna go slow, she said that's cool. Wanna spend time with you, well I better act right and not a fool. Don't wanna skip no dates, wanna be your one and only soulmate. Maybe we can take a trip back home and share our first cheesesteak. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna. I already know what you think. Took you to Philly to skating nice rinks. Showing off your pink mink, testing your body, my favorite ink. I wanna roam in the park, kissing on your lips when it's after dark. Whoa, head home, put you on force. That's when you make your girl just bark. First, I wanna get a buzz off wine, picking out your thoughts round dinner time. Taking off your cashmere, don't be shy around me. Come here, I need it. Just let me beat it, but beat it. I need your heart and your love to be completed, completed. I said I need it. Just let me beat it, but beat it. I need your heart and your love to be completed, completed. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna. Everyone know who the baddest is, baby girl. You already know what it is. Who the coldest is? Look around the room, who's coldest is? I be cold like snow, dance to the rhythm and feel it in the flow. Feeding on the vibe you can eat before. Take you back home 'cause I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time, my time. I wanna.
Shout out to Kid Lamar on this Take My Time. Decent little tune, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I would probably change on this, man, and just to be quite honest with you, I think that you kind of have a decent situation going on here along with the hook. You know, definitely a repetitive hook, definitely a hook that we can basically catch on to really easily. So no complaint from me there in terms of the way that it's formatted. I think that I would prefer.
Out of place, been out this work. Who the coldest is? Look around.
I think the way that it starts. I think we would have had the benefit of.
Everyone know who the.
I think we would have benefited if the hook started at the beginning, and then.
Baddest is, baby girl. You already know what. My time, my time. Don't wanna skip no dates, wanna be your one and only soulmate. Maybe we can take a trip back home and share our first cheesesteak. I wanna take my.
And see, like what we did right here, like that's not really like a good second verse in my opinion. I think that it's just too short. I would have swapped the third verse to put it in here and then use this as the last verse to make it really short to end the song off, not to put it in the middle of the record. I think if we did that now, if we take the hook and we put it in the front, took the other part of the verse, the second verse, put the third verse actually into the second verse slot, take the second verse and put it as a third verse because it's a shorter verse, and then end it off, I think we'd be good.
My time, my time. I wanna take my time, my time.
I would just work on getting the mix a little bit tighter.
My time, I wanna take my time, my time, my time.
But if we format it the other way, I think you might be able to run with it for a little bit. You know what I mean? And just kind of put it out into the market to see if people are thinking about it. You know what I mean? Let's Take My Time, man, by Kid Lamar. We just kind of keeping it moving tonight. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. And we're having a little bit of technical difficulty with the review site. I don't know if you see it spinning. And I reached out to the head guy today. It looked like they're having an issue with the site in terms of it loading. Because I noticed that we typically get a certain amount of submissions, and we didn't see that happening over the last 1 or 2 days. So I'm thinking that they may be having some technical difficulties with their server on the other side. So we'll have to see if it continues to work. If it's not working, then the only thing I can do at this point is may have to end the session and then pull up with everybody again tomorrow. And this is unfortunate. I haven't had any downtime with it since we started using it. So I wonder if they made a back end switch where they changed servers or something like that, because I've never seen this before. And I've been on this now for several months. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. It looks like we can't go to the next. We can't go to the next song. Now that's like terribly unfortunate. It's terribly unfortunate. But let's do this right before I actually get off the live, because it seems like I can't get this thing here to go to the next record. It's spinning. I don't know what's happening on their side. Like I said, I reached out to the folks that run this joint. You know, they were very once we joined, they were very good in terms of introducing themselves and, you know, providing their contact info. So I reached out to homie, and then he said that they should be good now, but it's not working right, because earlier before I got on, it wasn't loading at all. Yeah, that's not a good look at all. That's a bad look. That's not a good look at all. So let me do this, right? For folks who are jumping into the live stream, I just kind of want to make sure that they understand what we're doing here in terms of our music review process. Our music review process here with Arkatech Beatz. You know, if you're familiar with us, I'm a co-producer on a production team. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. And we're responsible for producing for the best of the best. Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Jadakiss, The Game, Raekwon the Chef, Killer Mike, Freddie Gibbs, Lloyd Banks, Max B, of course, French Montana, of course, Wiz Khalifa, 2 Chainz upcoming, Shorty Low, Waka Flocka Flame, Little Scrappy, so many other people I can sit here and I can name names for days. Hot Boy Turk, shout out to him. A lot of people that we work with in our time, you know, doing in the music business. So as we're having technical difficulties with the Nero site, I'm not sure if it's being able to take submissions. I'm not sure if we're definitely not able to play anything. Well, I was able to play something, but I can't go to the next song for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on with it. So, you know, it's basically going to be a shorter session than I would like. But I just want folks to understand, like, listen, we're still going to keep doing what we're doing. If you're a producer and you're trying to jump into this music business, make sure you jump into our school community, right? And this is so that you can basically learn what's really happening in the music business. I'm going to put that on the screen for you so you can see that. Where's my school overlay? Right there. Here we go. You know, learn what's really happening in this music business, man. If you don't know, you know. Now you know. You know what I mean? So we're here. We're trying to do what we do. I appreciate everybody that's jumping into our live streams, man. I appreciate everybody that's in it. We're having some difficulties listening to get into the next track. I'll try it again. Let me see if it's gonna. Oh, it just worked. Good. Cool. I thought we were out of it. Comida del Espacio. Let's see what this sounds like. By Nathaniel Camo.
It's wicked outside.
Comida del espacio, siempre reacciono un cuando despacio. Dejaré la loquera en flaco y hasta ahorita sigo en los vergazos. Tengo voces pa' matar, como veces pa' atacar. Al estilo soldado imperial y un corrido para amenizar. En el Porsche GT3, el doble viste plaque pues. Te lo digo porque sé, varios Lambos le compré. Y unas gotas para el estrés, me la veo bien eso después. Son las que a mí me quitan estrés, porque llegan millones al mes. Me relajo y en Malboro, mi cadena maciza es de oro. Como mina genero millones y 2 cortes en mis pantalones. Con los ojos bien rojos, macizo, bien loco. La fiesta y bien foco, y el efecto de la tacha. Y ando bien a tacha, me lo bajo con lavada, pero que sea doble original, de la que usaba Pablo Escobar. Al estilo de los 80 siempre me gusta andar en un más de requisitos para transitar. Corriendo en la ciudad me paso de verga, me gusta el verguizo a volar. Aunque ande loco, siempre ando coco, pero bien fiel. con hermanos. Me gusta mucho la fiesta, que no pare y que amanezca. La mano arriba todo el que es feliz. Aquí todos andamos siempre al mil. Compa Víctor, saque la...
So listen, I'm not the most proficient person in Spanish. I can follow along good enough, but I can tell you this is that the hook in here is not coming in prominent enough. It's not coming in often enough for me to get through half of the song, and I think I only played once. So I think that we need to, on this record, have it play a little bit more on it. I think that it's mixed pretty well in terms of where the vocals are, where the music is. I think it's mixed really well. I would just like to hear the hook, occur a little bit more here. I don't see it occurring as it should. And then you got the lyrics on the screen as well, but you can just kind of glance at it to see that it's not really repeating where it needs to. You know what I mean? The song is long as hell too. Yeah, man. Shout out to them, for submitting this. Nathaniel, appreciate you on that, man. We're gonna keep it moving along. On this next joint, it's called "Obsession" by who? By Hobo Ali. All right, let's see what it sounds like, man. Hobo. I don't know. That name sounds strange. Let's see what it do. Unfortunately, man, I really can't do the inaudible music, man. Like, I know you guys have a thing with it. I can't do it, bro. It's like, it's from my vantage point, it's inaudible, right? I mean, I know there's a style to it. I know that this is a genre all to itself. From my vantage, it's inaudible for me to give it a fair a review. I mean, even a critique that can be, like, I don't want to not give you a critique that has actionable items that you can actually use to get this song better, because I don't know how to get this song better in terms of your genre, right? So I just have to be respectful in terms of, like, where my expertise lies, and it doesn't lie here, in this particular soundscape, right? I don't think I'll be able to really add any value there. You know what I mean? So while I appreciate you submitting that, it's just not in the wheelhouse for me to really give it a good critique. If it's other types of rock and country that follow, like, different types of sonics, if it follows different types of melodies, follows different types of rhythmic movements, like the things that are traditional, like, I can basically give you feedback on those things. I can give you feedback on, most genres. When we get into that particular one, it gets a little sketchy for me, because it doesn't really follow anything else as it relates to traditional music. It doesn't follow rock. It doesn't follow country. It doesn't follow blues. It just doesn't follow it. It has its own thing. So, just not to be disingenuous toward what you're submitting, I just want to make sure that I'm, providing the best value, man, and it's not there. I appreciate you submitting it, though. This is Beamer Boy.
Knocking, baby, we need knocking, dozing. I'm a fiend for your love. Knocking, baby, we need knocking, dozing. I'm a fiend for your love. And die for your love. Where it's just me and her. I'm a fiend for her. It's just me and her. Nothing got nothing on me. I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get late. I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get late. I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get there. Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fiend for your love. Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan for your love. Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, Knocking.
Sounds like a dope vibe.
I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan for your love. Knocking, baby, we need I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fiend, I'm a fiend for your love. They die for your love, where it's just me and her. I'm a fiend for her, it's just me and her. I'm a fiend for your love. Nothing got nothing on me, I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get late. I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get late. I'ma be my boy and I'm about to get there. Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fiend for your love. Knocking, baby, we need knocking. Oozing, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fan, Knocking, baby, we need knocking. I'm a fiend, I'm a fan, I'm a fiend, I'm a fan for your love.
Yeah, I feel like this could have been a longer song, man. You know what I'm saying? It definitely got the vibes. It got the vibes, it got the sound, and the hook is there. You know what I mean? We just got to expound on it. We could take that, make this a little bit longer. This song was a minute and change, you know what I mean? So we could at least added another hook on it, add another verse on it. Get this to really, jump out of there. It definitely got a dope drill vibe. That's Be My Boy, man, by Ratty McTaddy, man. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for submitting this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring that back. I want to give it my star of approval here. I need that to go, check that back out. Kaz, what up, brother? I had some technical difficulties earlier, man. I almost jumped off. Site wasn't loading. I was trying to listen to joints and it wasn't working. I think they may have been having issues all day, or maybe from yesterday. Harshabat Olive.
ಸನಿಹವು ನೀನು ಬಾರದೆ ನಿನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಓ ತಾರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದೆ ಹೃದಯ ಬರೀ ನೀನು ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣಲೆ ಬರುವ ಹಾದಿ ನನಗೀಗ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಯಿತೆ ನನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನ ಅಂತರ ಬಲು ದೂರವಾಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲದಂಗೆ ನೀನು ಕಂಡರಿತಿ ಹುಚ್ಚು ಹಿಡಿತಿದೆ ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದಾನೆ ನೀನು ಎದೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತು ಅಲೆ ಮಲಗಿರೋ
3, 2, 1, where the hook? I think it's here. I think the song structure is here. It's just not a strong vocal performance by homie. Like the rest of the music is saving his life. You know what I mean? Like the way this thing starts off, I thought it would have been a bigger record. Just to be quite honest with you. You hear how it starts off? Like, this sounds big. Pause. It's a killer intro. Like, it's beautiful. And then when he comes in, it's like womp womp womp. You know what I mean? My bad.
ನಿನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದೆ ಓ ತಾರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸಿದೆ ಹೃದಯ ಬರೀ ನೀನು ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣಲೆ ಬರುವ ಹಾದಿ ನನಗೀಗ ಮರೆತು ಹೋಯಿತೆ ನನ್ನ ನಿನ್ನ ಅಂತರ ಬಲು ದೂರವಾಗಿದೆ.
Like, I don't understand what he's saying, man, but the energy is not there. It's like it went from here to here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even need to I don't even need to understand the lyrics to understand that the vibes went from here, from where the music was, and then when that vocal performance came in, it just went, it just torpedoed right down. You know what I'm saying? And we have to match that energy, folks. You know, if we're a guy who's just starting out in this, you know, repetition is going to be your friend, right? You're going to have to be able to get into that booth, and you have to get to the point with your vocal performance to where you understand like what you're saying and that you can breathe it confidently. And a lot of times the only way for you to get there is for you to memorize it. All right, because since you're not now looking to fight to figure out the words to keep it on pace, once you kind of know your music, once you kind of know where it's dropping, then you could put the swag into it, put your personality into it, but that's going to take some time in the studio. And I think this may be like, you know, this is like one of those lackluster Music is dope Yeah, man, the producer threw him an alley-oop, man. Like the producer like this is one of those judges where the producer can't save you, folks. You gotta be able to you gotta deliver your part. You gotta deliver your part, man. And I like this. I like the way that it sounds in terms of like there's a lot of instrumentation in here that's really magical. And it goes to show you that it doesn't really matter if it's, you know, what part of the world it comes from. It's like if it sounds good, it just sounds good. You guys can hear it, you can feel it, you know. And this is what I talk about, like when I was saying on the previous record, and I was saying that I can't give any value to that record because of the way that it was, not because of the genre, but because it didn't have, you know, it didn't follow any musical, it doesn't follow any musical rules that everything else follows, right? Because if you notice, this is still following the 1, 2, 3, 4. It still has a certain level of melodic. It still has certain beat structure. The other one just didn't have that. It just was like really just distorted guitars, and that was a little bit hard for us to really listen and follow. But this record, I need that vocal performance to match the rest of the instrumentation. It's not quite there, so that's going to take some work. But I appreciate this record. Thanks for submitting it. Shout out to this is ABM by Brother Beatz. Brother Beatz, I hope you're in the building. Kaz, you was in the building last night when we did the music production tutorial, and I was showing how easy it was to actually put beats together using samples. if he didn't, Riz, what up? If he didn't show me that, man, like my man had, like I said, he had an EPS sampler. He had an EPS sampler, man, and he had an EPS sampler, man, and I listened to him. I listened to him. I listened to him, like sample records and break beats, and I didn't understand it until he started to show me. Like he took a break beat, slowed it down, took a sample, chopped it up, ran it on top, and I looked at that and I said, "That's all you got to do?" And he was like, "Yeah, pretty much." Right? It's like, I was like, "That's all you got to do, bro?" He was like, "Yeah." And then when I started to buy the break beats, started to, chop the break beats and then use my sampler to try to, get them to go. I was like, yo, it was a cheat code. You know what I mean? So, on this right here, ABM, man, shout out to you for submitting, man. This is just really this is really just like, this is really like a demo because your beat hasn't made any changes. It's already a minute and 22 seconds in. Your beat hasn't made any changes, and it looks like you just kind of got happy with the groove, which is all good, but at the same time, what we're looking for here, we're looking for you to structure your beats into a song mode so that it's not just looping in one loop. You know what I'm saying? We need that to be structured. Again, I keep telling guys, don't get married to the to just, one melody and trying to keep it going like that. Try to find them samples, try to find different things that's going to help you to really grow your style, grow your music, you know what I mean? What's this? This is Invisible Reflection. And this is by who? Jim Pro. Jim Pro, you in the building, man? Shout out to Jim Pro, man. Let's listen to this. Let's see where it's at. Spotify joint. Jim Pro, what up?
You walk in the room and you suck up the air, smile like a king, but nobody cares. Every story you tell somehow ends with you pointing out villains, but the villain is who? You're flawless online, can't scroll without shine, but your circle gets smaller every time. Say you wanna grow, but you hide from the shelf. Stay, you wanna change, but don't face yourself. Mirror, mirror, don't lie to me. The enemy I fear is who I always see. Congratulations, you just played yourself, burning bridges while you beg for help. Mirror, mirror, don't lie to me. The villain in the glass won't set me free. Invisible reflection, truth in disguise. The person I run from lies in my eyes. Yeah, you brag in the crowd and you laugh too loud, but deep down you crumble when it ain't that proud. Friends come close then they back away, cause you drain every night and complain all day. You blame every flaw on somebody else, but the chains on your hands mean you lock yourself. A castle of ego that you guard so tight, but the walls cave in when you left at night. Why you sabotage? Cause the truth's too raw. Why you run and hide? Can't face my flaws. Every battle you fight, it's you on you. Guess the mirror won the battle too. Mirror, mirror, don't lie to me. The enemy I fear is who I always see. Congratulations, you just played yourself, burning bridges while you beg for help. Mirror, mirror, don't lie to me. The villain in the glass won't set me free. Invisible reflection, truth in disguise. The person I run from lives in my eyes.
You rich in charm, but you bankrupt in soul. Perfect mask, but it's taking the toll. No villain outside, stop looking for help. Plot twist, the villain is just yourself, yeah. Guess the villain's closer than you think.
Shout out to Jim Pro on this, man. This is Invisible Reflection, man. This is sounding dope. This is sounding like a really dope record, polished record. Has a lot of the elements of a, quote unquote radio hit. You know what I mean? A lot of the elements are there in terms of the way the music is sounding, the way the fullness of the hook. Make sure y'all are following this, taking a listen to this record. If I had to, what up, Richie? If I had to make any changes here,
You walk in the room and you suck up there, smile like a king, but nobody.
A part of me, because the hook is so big, I would have liked to hear it in the front. Because the record is so big. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's coming in, like, and it's coming straight with that mirror, mirror, boom, you know what I mean? And then here, at the end, I would have probably preferred it here. Right?
Plot twist. The villain is just yourself, yeah.
And go right back into the hook again, versus the long ad-lib. I think what people have to, again, we talk about it a lot, but we have to really make sure that we're doing as many hooks as possible. When we're leaving this record, we're supposed to be in the shower humming mirror, 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 mirror. Like, we're supposed to be saying this invisible reflection. Like, this is supposed to be like imprinted, stained on our brains. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys are learning the music business, man. You know what I mean? Learn how the music business really works, man. Make sure you're jumping into the school community at Future Producer Society. Make sure y'all are doing that. Like, but honestly, like I said, I like this record for what it is. I do feel that we could get it slightly. Like, we could really get it tighter, and just sandwiching in these hooks, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys have what I would say, you guys have over the top, not even over the top. You guys have better than average vocal performances here. So these vocal performances are very tight, and we can really run with this. The way the record is mixed, the way that the beat sounds, the way everything is sounding, like I said, radio ready. I just feel like if we sandwich it with the hook a little bit more, hook in the beginning, hook at the end, I think we get a little bit more replay value out of it. Now that is my take on it. But this is Invisible Reflection by Jim Pro, man. It's already out. Not much we can do with it right now. It's already out, unless you can swap out the audio. Some of your DSPs will allow you to do it. You know, if you get a chance to make that happen, you make it happen. But, you know, we do what we got to do with it, you know. So we'll make it do what it needs to do, man. We're going to jump into our next joint. It's a skip. What is this? Captain Spit Valve Conundrum instrumental. Let's hear it. Listen, this is overloading, bro. Like, is this out? I know some people will tell me that this is the genre. Riz, what up? Yeah. And this pretty much goes on for about 6 minutes. Listen, it for me is basically it's having what I would call like it's a again, it may be a genre that's out of my wheelhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really showing it's giving us, like I said, pure distortion. I feel like there's a way for us to get that distortion feeling in terms of the mix without the actual music really just being completely in total like digital noise. I think that there's a way for us to kind of get to that. But that's not happening here, man, Captain. It's not happening on this one. So I don't know if you're in the building with me. And then I'm trying to get an idea of how this is absolutely formatted. Like what is actually the driving pace of this record. And I have to say that because look, man, you guys know that I have an actor friend that I used to manage as an artist, and that I still really help in terms of like, picking the roles and, helping auditions and being on set and, helping with scores and all of these things. And we consume a lot of media, right? Not just a lot of music, but we consume a lot of films, and I see different films and stuff like that would have certain music like this that would be in it. And it always seems to come back to a main part, right? And it's not doing that here. Like even any of these genres of music is always supposed to come back to like that main driving part. Like there's a main part that drives this record. And some people would say it's the hook. Some people would say it may be the verse. But there has to be some sort of portions of this record that drives the record, that keeps the listener engaged and doesn't just keep changing arbitrarily at different places and just kind of goes on forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't ever see that to be a winning formula in any genre. I just don't see that to be a situation where it doesn't repeat itself, where it doesn't create a somewhat predictable soundscape. And it's not happening here. So it's just kind of just going, And I guess if you're in that vibe, if you indulge, right? If you're one of those people that do that, I guess this is going to take you to wherever the music wants to take you. I just honestly, from my vantage point, I would want it to, one, not to have those type of level of distortion. I would want a better mix. And then I would also want to hear the music kind of create a journey that we can actually follow, right? Now, I'm not to say that it has to be structured like an R&B song or a country song. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that there does need to be some portion of it that I believe continues to be the main part of the record that kind of helps to drive the record and keep it moving along. Just my 2 cents, man. That's Conundrum by Captain Spitvalve, man. Make sure y'all are checking that out. If that's what you're into, I appreciate him submitting it. I really do. Thank you for watching, for submitting, for even giving me the opportunity to listen to what you're doing. A lot of times, I just think different people are finding us, and are liking what we do. And I think, I appreciate folks to even put that confidence in what we're doing and really looking to jump into our wheelhouse. So shout out to him on that. Oh, we spinning again. We're having a little technical difficulties with the Nero site today, fam. So just bear with us, man. I've already reached out to one of the lead folks over there to see if we can get it taken care of. Not sure what else is happening, whatever. But, we'll try to figure it out. In the meantime. For those folks that was in with me last night, man, did you guys get a chance to try to try that method in terms of grabbing two samples of the same speed, and did you guys try to create something doing that? And how easy was it when you tried to do it, if you had? I'm gonna reload it. Let's see if it loads. If it doesn't reload, then we may have to call it George. Cass said he did 2 joints last night doing that method. You see, my screen has gone blank. This is crazy. Yeah, it really is. Listen, it's so much that it gives us so much. The Nero site is down. People, do you see that? Total blank screen. That is wild. That is wild, man. Do you see that? Like, that is absolutely wild. I'm refreshing the screen and it is saying no. It's saying no, nigga. It's not happening tonight. Anyhow, it's wild. But anyway, like what I was saying in a nutshell, man. Like, it's like this, man. It's like this. We have to use the tools to help us improve. And I think what happens is that, let me tell you, man. Shout out to my guy. I have a homie, man, that helped me. That helped me do some music early on when we were still up in New York. And when I was still up in New York, rather, when I had the studio in Yonkers. And I used to have different musicians come through, right? And this is when we were like in the mix of kind of putting together some of the first demos and, the debut stuff for Sean. And we were, we had different, guitar players, bass players, keyboard guy, my man Dave Martin, that's my keyboard guy that used to come through, shout out to him. And like, when I say he was special on the keys, he was special on the keys, right? Now, granted, you have to realize that me and my brothers, we all took, my mother put us all through piano lessons for most of our teenage years, right? So we could read a little bit, we could play a little bit, we did the recital thing, you know what I'm saying? But because I was so resistant to it, because I never really liked it, I know it's weird just me to say that in retrospect, but I never liked it. I used to try to find every excuse to be out in the street versus go do those piano lessons, because the lady used to live down the block from my house. So the lady that used to do the piano lessons, her name was Miss Mellon, may she rest in peace. She was like right around the corner. You know what I mean? She was right around the corner from us. I used to feign sickness. I used to act like I couldn't make it. And I said I didn't want to go. Then it got to the point where the lady said, all right, you don't want to come here? I'm going to send somebody to your crib on a Saturday. She used to send a young lady to the crib, used to come to the crib. My mom would pay her so that we can, if anything we had in the Bronx, we had that damn piano. Don't ask me how my mom's decided to put a piano, like it was like a wall piano in the crib. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to really play like that. But I'm saying that to say this. The folks who are really good at playing the keys or the guitar, and these are special people. You know what I'm saying? These are special people who have a different type of dedication and love for it and do what they do. So what I want people to not do to themselves is, in this world of music production where we are right now, right? It doesn't require us to have that level of, that level of musical talent in that degree. Not to take anything away from it, but I think some of us are trying to take a circle and take a square and put it into a circle peg. It just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I'm trying to create this musical soundscape, trying to play it, but you don't have that kind of musical acumen. You don't have that kind of musical talent to do that. Or you just don't have the 10,000 hours to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to take one or the other. Either you're going to be like a rare talent, or you're going to have to put in the work, and that's that 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? And people may look at me like I got 3 heads, but this is really what it is. So the question is, how do we shorten that time frame? How do we get it to where we want to get it to? How do we speed this process up? My friends at sample-based producers are the ones that are going to get it to move a little bit faster. And for those who are even a bit above the curve, those are going to be the ones using AI that turn into sample-based, because now your musical ideas can now be translated, but it still requires you to be able to articulate things musically. Right? You see, it just came back up on its own. You can't make this up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if this was the next song. I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is freaky. Anyway, so I say all of that to say, when I did the session last night was for folks to really understand, like, don't shy away from this thing, and to don't shy away from it. Don't let these folks talk you out of using the tools that are available to you. They're going to tell you that you shouldn't use samples. The same people that say you shouldn't use samples are the same people that say you shouldn't use AI. NVIDIA has said NVIDIA just announced yesterday that they got full AGI. You know what I'm saying? So basically, they got an AI that can do everything a human could do. Hello. It's like, you're not going to be able to stop it. And so, what's going to happen is that you're just going to get left out in the cold. We jump into this last joint before I get out of here. This conundrum, boy. Ooh, that was tough. What is this? Yeet, man. I don't know if you guys hear it, but do you hear the distortion coming through? You can look at the wave. Like, it's almost like a rectangle. That's a breakdown. change the pitch. Everything falling off now. So you see, he changed the pitch at the end, and it didn't stay on. It's like he didn't lock in his warp. I don't know if that was on purpose. Listen, shout out to IS400 or Ish 400. This beat was called Yeet. Listen, I think that the mix here just kind of needs to be taken care of in terms of distortion. And I think he got a good musical, good sound selection here. I think these sounds go. I think the melody is intriguing enough to kind of maintain, whereas some melodies are just too simple. I think this one is a little bit more intricate. That kind of gives us a little bit more of a vibe, you know. But that's again comes to the training of the ear. You know what I'm saying? Like we really have to get past the euphoria of yo man, I made the beat loop. We got to get past that. You know what I'm saying? We got to get past that. I know that's a small win, but we got to get past that. You know what I'm saying? And we have to really start listening for the intricacies of music to making sure that there's something here for us to cling on to as rappers and as producers. See how it flipped? I like this vibe. I do. You know what I'm saying? I just think that it's distorted. I think that you know, it has a good breakdown in terms of see how we have the space where we know we're supposed to rap. Like it's clearly delineated. And this is like, you know, this is like we always talk about making sure that we have the space and making sure that these things are accurate for us to be able to get better. Leaving the room for the artist to jump in it without us you know, without us overdoing it, man. So, shout out to him on this one, man. I'm going to give him a star on this, man. I kind of like what he did. So, this is Haran, man. Afro House instrumental. Let's listen to it. Let's see what we got.
Out on the track.
Buy this beat.
Purchase your tracks today.
Don, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but there's a total of 554 submissions. So I know you said you just I know you submitted it, but I don't know when we're gonna get to it. Shout out to who's on the beat? All D24. Let's go, man. Let's listen to this joint. This is All D24. This is Afrotech instrumental. Let's listen to it.
Out on the track.
Aldi on the track.
Purchase your tracks today.
Should have been came in. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but all the horns came down. The horns were too loud in the intro part when they didn't switch. So now this part of the record is much more subdued and where it needs to be. This part of the record needs to be shifted to the front of the record so that it comes in immediately. That whatever the other shit was in the beginning, we don't need that there. We need to put this here in the beginning, and then we need to get the track some space to breathe. Let's see if he does that. You gotta get the track to breathe. And that's not dropping out all the instruments either. We need it to breathe where it still has the rhythm going. You know what I'm saying? Like it still needs the rhythm, but it needs to breathe with some of the instruments taken out. To drop everything is not what I'm talking about.
Purchase your tracks today.
Here's our groove at. Right here. Al D, if I'm you, I start off the record with the part where everything is in it. Boom, 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 right? Then we go right into this part. Boom, 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 right? Adding a little bit of more instruments before the hook come back in. Bring back the hook in. 12 bars. And run that. All that other shit, get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing too much, right? We have to get back to the basics and making sure that we can get this record to go where it got to go, get the beat to do what it got to do. You know what I'm saying? So many things happening in this business that, like, your head would spin, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things that happen and so many things that are factors that make the difference between your record getting selected and your record being passed over. You know? And just because I understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time when me and Mike would put together a beat record, put together a beat CD. We would almost absolutely were sure that if we gave you 10, we had about maybe, we would land somewhere between 40 and 50% of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of knew, like we had it to that point that we would get maybe 4 to 5 that would get demoed and maybe 2 that would make an album. One, you know what I'm saying? And if those are the type of odds you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to see how many you can get recorded, and then of course things get, you know, depending on where the vibe of the albums go, you know, things get kind of wind down a little bit. But you have to understand the nuance of what it's going to take to get your music to those levels. And what we're trying to do on this side is we're trying to get you there. You know what I mean? Trying to get you to understand, like, listen, you don't have a lot of time to make a good impression. People are visual, man. They hear it. They listen to it the first time. Either it's doing what the hell they wanted to do or it's not. You know, so shout out to you for shouting. This is, what's this? Is this Vincade? I don't know what that is, but we'll try to see what it sounds like. I don't understand what's happening on this side. You know what I don't want to do what I don't want to do is I don't want to, discourage people from submitting. Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But, given the amount of information that I give in front of every live stream, I tell you who we worked with, I tell you what we did, I tell you what business I'm on, what side of the business I'm on. And I just find it interesting that people would still send these. You know what I'm saying? But I just trying to understand, what kind of, is it more of the fact that they just kind of want to see what kind of reaction I'm going to have? Is that what it is? Am I supposed to be set up to be a meme? Is that what it is? Just let me know. You know what I'm saying? If I'm being set up to be a meme, because I'm not that type of guy. I just want you to know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really move in those type of directions. So, if the key here is to play it live for me to see my face, all right, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it, brother. You got it. Kaz, what up, man? This is Kaz production, man. This what you did last night, brother? Let me know. Man, let's take a listen. That note right there is funny, bro. When you program the bass line, did you do it on the keyboard or you did it on the MPC? When you did the pad performance mode, did you put it into what did you put it on? Did you put it into chromatic? What did you put it on to play it out? See, the chord right here is bumping. Shout out to Kaz Productions on this. Listen, I want to show you something, right? And let me see if I could. I want to show you something. And I know this is probably unorthodox to do this here. Let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get this here to work. All right. I know it's a little bit, and I'm kind of in the red here, right? But let's say, for example, like I see what you're doing with your bass line, right? And remember what I said when we go into our Let me see if I can get it more into the screen. Remember what I said when we're going into the baseline of the track that you just sent inside there. We're folks who are just jumping into the live. We're giving a review, but at the same time we're doing a tutorial, just so that you understand that we mean what the hell we say when you're here and you're trying to see what it is, right? So remember what I say. I say we're going into pad performance mode. And sometimes what we like to do, we might want to use the note function, right? Right? Let me bring that down. Right? So when we're in the note section, where we use the note section, this kind of gives us more of a piano down, up and down, right? Which is like, like a. But I don't know if you guys notice, when I'm programming any bass lines or anything in the MPC, I use chromatic. And what does chromatic do? If you notice what happens when we're in the pad performance and we use chromatic, what chromatic does, chromatic tends to highlight the pads that are most likely to stay in tune with the rest of the beat in the scale and the octave, right? This is how we can most times dummy proof our bass lines, so that we're not worried about, like, okay, is this the right note, or you know what I'm saying? Because until we can kind of get our ears, because bass lines become very, very, very tricky, you know what I'm saying? Until we can get our ears tuned into it. And this is something that we struggled with for years. You hear me? For years we struggle with this shit. And it's because we're using samples, and samples get tuned up, samples get tuned down. So when you're tuning samples up and you're tuning samples down, what we think sometimes is supposed to go, most times doesn't go, depending on how long you've been listening to it, depending how loud the music is in your room, depending on if your room is treated. If you have a room that's not treated for bass, then everything sounds like it's going to sound like it's right? So if you don't have a room that has foam and bass traps and all that other type of shit, or if you don't have speakers that are, that are very, very accurate, right? So for example, if you're using KRKs, those tend to be a little bit bass heavy. If you're using Yamahas, those tend to be a little bit better in terms of your bass response and getting things that sound a little bit better. But I say all that to say, right? So like if you notice, we did this beat yesterday, and we had the if you notice, it has the so if you notice, the keys that are highlighted are the ones that are the keys that are lit up tend to be the ones that are going to stay in tune with the rest of the beat. So with this record that you submitted for us, right? And if you listen to certain portions of it, there's a portion here. This note is good. And right there, got you. Right? So now when you have the rest of the track now this is the beauty of the track. This is the beauty of like us doing the tutorial last night. We did the music review, then we went into the tutorial, into a secondary live. You immediately took what we did in that tutorial to make the quick beat, and you immediately went in and you implemented it. And I appreciate that you did that, and I appreciate that you even tried it and that you put it together in this fashion. Because listen to the other elements of the record, all right? Verified, that's fine. We got viewers between Twitch, IG, and every place else we're streaming. We multi-stream. I don't know if you noticed that. Well, you can't see the stuff. Well, it should be on the screen if you're multi-streaming, right? So what we're doing here now, let me go back to where we are in terms of the overlay. Where's my Here's my window capture. Here we go. Let's do that. We're going back to that, and we're going back to, where's my overhead camera? We're going to hide that out real quick. All right. So now we're back in, right? So what I'm looking at here is like, so what I was basically saying is with Kaz, how we have this particular track going. This is vibing. Just jump back into your arranger, grab those notes, and pull those notes where they put those notes where they need to be for this, and I think this is going to be solid. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that those other sounds that you got going in and out of the track, just make sure that they're leveled off, that they're not overpowering, and I think you should be good here. That note is good, remember? Make sure that those sounds right there that you got coming in, make sure that those sounds, it's a little bit, you know, they don't, you know what I'm saying? They just need to be subtle so that we can hear it as the ear candy, you know what I'm saying? Like, those don't never really have to be on top of whatever else going on, because you already got a strong piano, you got a strong drum, you got a strong loop, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff goes, you know what I mean? And again, if we're going with the, like I said, the tempo bass, we can go tempo bass, right? Good job. So we can do tempo bass joints, and then remember, we can also go and splice, and we can search things for key and tempo, right? Now, does it shrink our pool? Yes, it does shrink our pool, but it does give us, it gives us ironclad things that we're gonna know is gonna go with our track. You know what I mean? So this is all the hacks to get us there faster. And I would ask you, Kaz, how long it took you to do the 2 beats last night? How long does it normally take you when you're not doing that? A week? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. A week? Like when you think about that, when you think about how much music you could be making, like, think about that. Think about how much music you could be making. Think about how much different sounds you could be introducing yourself to. Think about how many samples you could have listened to. Think about how many ways that you could have been educated on how samples are enhancing and how things are mixing together. Like, just think about it. Just think about not just the fact that you can make more music, but just think about the fact that you get to listen to more music, study more samples, study different styles, study different tempos, right? This stuff is important, man. Like, if we don't have if we're not able to really ingratiate ourselves in this shit, it's like there's no way for us to get better. Like, there's just no way. Like, there's no way for us to get better. And it's what I'm trying to really invoke for a lot of folks who are jumping into this live and stuff. I'm trying to get folks to critically listen to your music. Critically listen to this shit. Like, you know, like, remember what's happened over the last 5 to 10 years, man, is like we have been really, like, programmed to like shit that ain't really hot. Like, we've been really programmed to think that this shit is hot, and it really is not hot. Like, when you think about it, you be like, yo, why did I even like this shit? Like, it was just, you know, that the bots. You know, the bots have people in a trance, man. People is just, you know, like straight zombied out. They can't understand what's going on. And then I'm like, yo, you submitting your music and you want us to review the music, but the question here is like, who is it for? If you're making it for yourself, then nobody need to hear that shit. I just be honest. If you're making it for yourself, nobody don't need to hear it. If you're making it for people to consume and to enjoy, if you're making it for people to, if you're looking to make a living, if you make it to a profession, then man, listen, man, you need on-the-job training, bro. Like if that's what you're trying to do, like you need on-the-job training. You need to make sure that you understanding what it's gonna take to get to those type of levels. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to understand, like, you know, in order for this shit to last, it have to hit certain marks. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna go across the board, man. You know what I'm saying? People, let me tell you something, man. People hated me when I was saying, when I said 2 summers ago that, you know, that your favorite artist that won all the Grammys, you know, some of the music was mid. Man, the amount of vitriol that came from me. And when I said that the music was somewhat mid, folks didn't understand where I was coming from. And I was trying to tell folks, I was like, listen, when I was telling folks was this. It's like imagine if you're an artist, right? You're an artist that has an unlimited budget and you can work with any producer in the world. Why don't we have classic albums? Why don't we have classic albums? Why isn't every song hitting the mark? Right? Why every song is not hitting the mark? Like, and that's really my beef. My beef is if you got access to the best producers, the budget is not even the option. Every producer would want to send you something so that you could work. Why the fuck is the music mid? Where's the anthems? Where's the classics at? You see all these guys get online now, and these guys are gonna say, "Oh, this guy don't got a classic, that guy don't got a classic, this guy don't got a classic," but y'all don't never mention how this guy's records are mid. Be fair. If y'all gonna say it, say the shit with your whole chest. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I see happening now is I don't know if y'all guys peep part of the Jay-Z GQ interview. He gonna come out, he gonna say that he don't like the beef and he don't like this, and now people don't want to support, people don't want to collab and all of this, blah, 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 blah. Y'all made that shit, y'all perpetuated this to happen. This is what y'all did. Y'all wanted the guy's run to stop so badly that y'all ganged up on the cat. Now, the cat said, all right, since y'all don't want me to play the game, I don't want to play with y'all no more. Since you're taking my equipment, you're playing with my basketball, you're playing on my court, but y'all really don't like me. Right? So y'all playing in my gym, but y'all don't like me. Imagine y'all come to my joint and y'all playing in my gym, but y'all don't like me. So you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm closing the gym down. He closed down the gym. Now nobody can't play any ball. Now everybody's upset. But y'all, that's what y'all did. Y'all made it this way. Y'all thought y'all was better than them. Some shows, then be better. If y'all had better music, then put it out. If y'all stimulus packages as good as his was, collaborate with the new artists. Get the new artists to bubble. Break the new artists like the Migos got broke. Break the new artists like the Young Blue got broke, and the countless other artists that got broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, break the new artists. You guys' stimulus package is so good. You guys got so much power in the street. Break it. Break the new talent. Oh, y'all can't break the new talent. Oh, maybe he was that good. I swear, man. Like, you can't make this type of shit up. Like, you can't make it up. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of my commentary now is aging like fine wine, and I'm telling folks, I'm like, I've been told folks like, yo, y'all just programmed to think that the shit is hot. The shit was never hot. The shit was mediocre at best. Shit was mediocre, man. The shit wasn't really high like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just got caught in the spell. I call it like the politics spell. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get caught into politics. People choose a side and stay there. Life never used to be like that. Like, if you had a guy that you disagree with, you could back in the days, you was able to articulate your points and be like, yo, bro, da da blah 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 blah. Consider why you on that position. And people will reconsider what the fuck you was saying and say, maybe you're right. Or maybe you're not right. Or maybe you might have the good points, but I still just want to stay on this side. But I understand that your points are valid. Or your points right now we can't even have these type of discussions. The psychosis is so bad that you can't get people choose a position and they stay there. You can introduce new facts. You can do everything. If people don't change their mind with the introduction of new facts, that means that you're brainwashed. That's the reality of it, but people don't really want to take it that way. It's like, if I introduce you new facts, if I say, hey, water causes cancer, right? New studies come out. They are proving that water causes cancer. You can't drink water anymore. It causes cancer. But you still drink water. Then what you telling me? What you telling me? You telling me that your brain can't manage to change. Even if it's to save your life, you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So back to this music shit. I need people to really understand like what we're trying to curate over here. We're trying to make sure that we get into an ecosystem of people that want to understand. All right, yo, this is hot. Like, say for example, you hear a song, you hear Billie Jean for the first time or whatever, right? It's one thing for you to hear the record, but we have to understand why the record works. Like, we have to understand. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not our favorite song, we have to understand why it works. What makes it work? Is it this particular chord structure? Is it because the syncopation, whatever, I can't get the word out right now. The syncopation of it. Excuse me, I'm wilding right now, so it's gonna be a crazy meme. Is it the way that the rhythm is going? Is it the melody? Is it the particular instrument itself? Is it the lushness of the strings? Is it the way that the keyboard is, reverberating? Like, what is making us like this shit? We have to think about it that way. And then we have to find a way to infuse those feelings into our music. How can we get people to feel what our records, the first time you heard Mobb Deep Shook Ones, or the first time you heard Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I'm saying? Or the first time you heard Outkast. How can we get you to feel? How can we get you to feel that when you play our shit? Like, that's how you got to think. How do we get people to love the shit like they love Waterfalls? Yeah. Shout out to Kaz on this, man. That man said he did 2 joints in an hour, where normally he said he would take them damn near a week. So look, it's a workflow thing. That's what I'm saying. Those are the kind of music that make us feel warm inside, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are the joints that I could play for my kids on the way to school. And they be like, man, I really like that. And they don't even know why they like it the way that they like it. Because it just resonates different. It feels different, dog. Like, none of it feels the same. So nobody knows the verses, but they know them hooks, right? They damn sure know them hooks. I messed around the other day and I was playing freaking Bobby Valentino, Mr. and them guys, Blackberry Molasses. And, that's one of those songs that I think is like really, 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 really underrated. I was just playing it and it's like, it has that, during the middle of that record, it has like a very, very strong guitar solo, right? And I'm just like, I'm like, man. Again, I'm a rap guy, right? Right? know what I'm saying? My favorite group is MOP, Mobb Deep, right? Right? But you can't escape the musicality of that solo. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can't escape the musicality of it. You can't escape the guitar solo of A Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. You can't, even the guitar solo from Van Halen and Beat It with Michael Jackson. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would say this is rock elements, right? You would say this stuff is not really hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But it transcends that, bro. Like, all of that stuff, it transcends genre, man. Like, because you know that it's really what it is, you know what I mean? But in any event, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to wrap this up tonight. I got to jump into some stuff. Shout out to everybody that jumped into the live tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And we'll be wind up posting into the portal. We're going to have some stuff that I want to post in tomorrow. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I got a few guides that I'm going to drop into the portal come tomorrow. Let me just give y'all a little bit of a tidbit of what I got working on here, so that y'all know that we're not playing it. For those who are jumping into our school community, if you're a producer, make sure you jump into our school community. It is free to join. I do want you guys to know that there are a bunch of things that we will be jumping in to. I'm going to be jumping into I'm going to drop off tomorrow. I'm going to drop off a music publishing starter guide. I'm going to also drop off an artist song release checklist tomorrow. And I'm going to also drop off another song split template. So it's a bunch of things that I'm going to just drop off into the portal tomorrow. Just some things that we've just been working on, having those things in the back pocket. Also, maybe some mock agreements. I have to just remove some of the sensitive data. Yeah, it's a lot to do. There's a lot to do here, folks, and I appreciate those folks that are patient in terms of just rocking with me. And if everybody that's active in the community, it will grow. It's just we working on just trying to work on a strategy to get the word out. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I appreciate y'all. We're gonna do this thing. Shout out to everybody that's in the building, and I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.